Hi guys, AzureAce here and I am back with another installment to my Dragon Ball Super episode discussions. In the last episode, episode 49, Trunks woke up from his unconscious state and attacked Goku after seeing black in him. However, Bulma stopped him from doing anything before it happened. Trunks also spoke about the future and did in fact confirm that the Majin Buu saga did happen in the future, and with the help of a Kaioshin, Trunks was able to kill Dabura and Babidi and prevent the awakening of Majin Buu. Trunks and Goku also fought in a sparring match to test Trunks' strength, as Trunks transformed to Super Saiyan 2 but was still not enough to deal with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Krillin and Piccolo arrived at Capsule Corp to meet Trunks, however greetings were short-lived as a black void tore through the skies as none other than Black Goku appeared before them as we come to episode 50, Goku vs Black, the path to the sealed future. I am back everyone, I am back to making videos, and this episode discussion is long overdue. I should have had it out last week, so I'm going to be putting this out today. So I'm going to be keeping this video relatively short because as of recording this video I only just got back and arrived back in Scotland from the vacation I was taking, and I have a lot of news and videos to catch up on related to things like Kingdom Hearts Key, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Dragon Ball Super, etc, etc. So I'm just going to get right into the episode. The episode starts off with Black talking to everyone, and it's kind of odd because he does know who Vegeta and Beerus are as well as Goku. Beerus and Whis also notice the Ring of Time, or the Time Ring, or whatever it's going to be called, on Black's right hand as a well noted detail. Trunks tries to fight Black, but Vegeta tells him not to as Goku steals the spot and goes to fight Black himself. As Goku goes up to face against Black, Black says something very interesting, which I'm actually going to talk about in my Dragon Ball Super episode 51 to 54 weeks video that I'll be doing soon. But he says something along the lines of, I can't remember how he actually says it, but it's something like, I wanted to fight you in this body, which further solidifies the fact that Goku is not actually the body of Black, and kind of pushes forward the notion that he is a Kaioshin, since, you know, demons are known in mythology for being shapeshifters, and Kaioshins are basically demon versions of Kaioshins. But Black begins the fight right away by firing a Ki Blast at Goku, who gets sent flying into a rock as Black flies after him, as well as Vegeta, Future Trunks, Piccolo and Krillin. Goku gets up out of the rock pretty unfazed and transforms into Super Saiyan 2 as he and Black fly at each other, throwing punches all over the place as Goku throws Black down and fires a barrage of Ki Blasts at him. However, Black is also completely unfazed by this and powers up, going up to Goku. He starts throwing lefts and rights at Goku, and he is blocking them as Black then rocks Goku in the gut with an uppercut and kicks him away as he fires even more Ki Blasts as Goku is flying away trying to get away from them. And I find it pretty funny because Trunks is concerned because obviously Trunks saw Super Saiyan 3 and Goku is using Super Saiyan 2 against Black, which shows that Goku is holding back. Obviously we know he's holding back because he's not using Super Saiyan Blue yet, which I believe right now Super Saiyan Blue Goku could utterly destroy Black. But Vegeta tells Trunks that it's just a habit that Goku has, and I honestly can't wait to see Trunks' reaction to Goku and Vegeta going Super Saiyan Blue. It's just going to be such an amazing moment to see that. But Black and Goku are still just throwing punch after punch, dodging and getting hit by both till it finally comes to an end as they both punch each other in the most Dragon Ball Z style and fashion. They both speak of how they're measuring each other's powers because Goku wants to see Black at his fullest potential and vice versa. Goku then flies in and actually gets a few good hits in on Black. However, Black is able to easily throw Goku down into the side of a mountain, but then we see this odd purple essence leave Black as he reacts to it, and Goku flies in with a kick to Black's chest, which actually really hurts him. However, he says the pain will only make him stronger. He powers up again and fires a Ki Blast at Goku, who deflects it, however is caught off guard by Black and is kicked down to the ground as the time machine falls over. Black spots the time machine as we go to a commercial break. We come back and Goku flies up, hitting Black real hard as the two then collide fists. The Ring of Time starts reacting to this and we see the purple essence leaving Black again more and more, which is actually him being forcefully dragged back to the future against his own will through the time portal he came in. However, just as he gets pulled back to the future, he fires a ki blast at the time machine, destroying it. He then disappears along with the portal with him. Black returns to the future as he holds his chest. Now, I have a theory that's been spreading around the community and I didn't come up with it, but I did kind of think about this when I watched the episode. But it's been spreading like a wildfire, and it's one of the first really kind of credible theories to come out of Black in the Future Trunks arc, and it is that if Black is using the body of future Goku as a kind of vessel sort of thing, could it be possible that the heart virus will have come with the body as well? I mean, it's a really interesting concept if that is what Toriyama has decided to do, and I'm very curious to see why he is holding his chest. Is that the reason? Why does he have the heart virus that future Goku had as well as present Goku? Who knows? He also said that he has engraved or kind of copied Goku's fighting style into his being, which is pretty odd. Is he trying to become a literal clone of Goku? It makes me wonder if he can also maybe copy Super Saiyan Blue and things like that. We come back to the present as the time machine is ablaze with fire. Kid Trunks asks Bulma if she can repair it, however she can't because it's impossible for her to do it in the current time period. Bulma then has an epiphany, runs off to her office as she quickly looks for something. Whis explains to them that a new problem has arisen as the time ring that Black had is actually a ring that only Kaioshins are permitted to have. The Ring of Time allows the user to go to the future, then from the future back to the point of origin or the present day they left from, and should not have been used by Black to come to the past instead of the future. Future Trunks asks Beerus if he can use a Ring of Time, however Beerus is a Hakaishin or a god of destruction, not a Kaioshin, so he doesn't have a Ring of Time. Krillin actually does reference when Whis manipulated time to stop Frieza from destroying Earth during the Resurrection F arc, however Whis can only go back 3 or so minutes in time in the past, so that is completely out of the question. Future Trunks is mourning in front of the burned time machine as this really nice soft music is playing. He's having even more flashbacks of Bulma and Mai, and it's really quite nice. And we see this scene with Vegeta and Trunks as Vegeta tells him not to give up and that they will find a way, which surprises Trunks because Cell Saga Vegeta would have never have said something like that to Trunks. We then see Bulma run back and she looks like she's in a real state and she shows everyone a small capsule, and lo and behold, it is none other than the time machine that Cell came to Earth in when he was in his larvae form at the start of the Cell Saga. I find it absolutely amazing that Toei and Toriyama remembered that and actually decided to re-involve it back in the plot. It's a very nice touch to add. I'm going to give them props on that. I never thought they would bring that out again, so it's great to see that return. However, to end off the episode, we cut to the future. We see a barren area and we see Mai's presumably dead body. We zoom in on her, we zoom in on her hand, and it moves as the episode ends there. Another cliffhanger, boys. But it's time for my slightly shorter overall judgments of this episode. I'm going to make this as brief as I can. The animation and choreography was outstanding as per usual. Music was amazing as per usual. I think I spotted maybe 1 or 2 new tracks from Sumitomo in this episode, but even then with the other tracks, they were used to perfectly fit the Goku and Black fight. I really loved how they reintroduced Cell's time machine. Never honestly expected them to pull that back into the plot. I thought that was just going to be done with. So you can never really be too sure with what Toriyama's going to do. So that was great to see that return. And finally, to round off this very brief short judgment, Mai's back, she's not dead. I did have a thought that she may still be alive somehow, because what our voice actress said before this arc, stating that she was going to be doing a lot of work for Mai, so I'm very glad that she's going to have a bigger involvement now. But with the overall judgments out of the way, it's time to get into the previews as we come to episode 51, entitled Feelings That Transcend Time, Trunks and Mai. Before we get into the previews, we have a new ending for this arc called Yoka Yoka Dance by Baten Shoujo Tai. I honestly hated this for the first time I heard it because it just sounds like a generic kind of moe anime ending, but it's actually not as bad as what I originally thought it was. But we get into the previews now. I don't know if the pacing in this episode is a little off balance, but Trunks is already back in the future. I didn't really expect him to go back this soon, but alright I guess. I mean, I thought it would take some time for, you know, like Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Bulma and everyone to figure out how to fix Cell's time machine. It seems like this will be a kind of cutesy feels episode, like the title suggests. It's going to be all about future Trunks and Mai and how they're connected to each other with their feelings. It also does look like we're going to get Future Trunks versus Black Round 2 in this episode, which I am very excited for because episode 48's Future Trunks versus Black fight was very well done and one of the best looking of this arc so far. But other than that, there's not really much I can see from these previews. And with that being said, this is the end of the video. Later today I will hopefully have my video in the episode 51 to 54 weeks recorded and ready to go up later today or tomorrow. There will also be no Kingdom Hearts Lore 101 episode this weekend as I have a lot to catch up on, like I said at the start of the video. But nevertheless, if you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment your thoughts, share this amongst your friends and subscribe to join the Azure Army today. Thank you.